So we have 16 practitioners with us tonight here at our MeWeFair. We'll be introducing ourselves, answering your questions in an intuitive panel, and then the practitioners will be in breakout rooms. So you have the opportunity to go in deeper connections with all the different practitioners, bouncing from room to room as you like through most of the fair. And almost all the practitioners are available during sessions tonight as well. We have so many different modalities, so many talks. Maybe I'll share a little bit about the talks coming up. Let's see, here's the list, and these times will be approximate, pretty close. We'll be announcing them, so wherever you are in the fair, you'll be able to hear what talks are happening. At 6:15, we'll have 2 talks. We have Tools for Light Workers with the Shift Witch, and Your Skin is an Erotic Feast with Joy. At 6:30, we have 2 talks. We have Light Language Transmission, Healing, and Activation Experience with the Dragon, Hathor, and Cetacean Collectives with Galactic Ashley, and we'll also have Soul Retrieval with Susie Goins. 6:45, we'll have a group healing with Satora. 7:15, and these are all Pacific time, we'll have Tools for Lightworkers Part 2 with the Shift Witch. 7:30, we'll have Do-It-Yourself Past Life with Susie Goins. 7:45, we'll have How to Use Your Rune Sigil for Spiritual Growth with Amanda Root. 8 o'clock, we'll have Connecting with Mother Earth with Wyatt Larson. 8:15, we'll have Tools for Lightworkers Part 3 with the Shift Witch. And at 8:30 p.m., we'll have Spirit Guides with Susie Goins. Practitioners, feel free to create any other talks at any time. We simply need to know when you're doing it and the title, and we will fit that in as well. So if anytime you want to give a talk, come on out to the main room, let us know, and we will get that set up. Oh, and practitioners too, anytime you don't have someone in your room, come on out into the main room and we'll connect and we'll find out who else wants to join you in your room. Well, let's see. For those of you not familiar with Zoom, at the bottom left of your computer screen, you can mute and unmute. You can turn your video on and off. The top right, you can go from speaker view to gallery view, so you can see all of us together in here at once. And if we get a full screen, you might be on 2 screens right now. You can tap the arrow and go from screen to screen to see all of who's here. And this will be recorded this first hour in the main room, and it will go up on the web. So just know if you ask a question of our panel, it will be public. And see what other things to get us started. We do have a feedback form. We'd love to get your feedback at some point while you're here. And if you share your feedback and give us your contact info, we'll enter you into a drawing for a free 30-minute session with one of us of your choice. And you'll go on our email lists. You can find out more of what we're up to. And we've got many more events coming up. We've got panels on animal communication, the Fae and elementals, Divine Feminine, all kinds of different things happening over the next month as well. All right, well, let's go ahead and have you all get a chance to know who our practitioners are today. And maybe one more thing too, as the practitioners go by, you might want to think about, who do you want to get to know better? Who do you want to do a session with? And maybe, do you have a question you want to ask and you want answers from some of us on the panel? If you'd like to get a question in on the intuitive panel, we'll have a chance to answer maybe 2 or 3 questions. Let us know in the chat. You can write to Anissa or Lola or me. I think so we know to get your question in line. And maybe also, just so you all know, we're going to have one other, so the way the fair is going to work, we're going to be here together till about 6 p.m. And then there'll be all the practitioner rooms. I'm just going to draw them like the big room. Practitioner rooms, and then there'll be session rooms. So if you want to do a session at any point from talking with a practitioner room, you'll come out into the main room and we'll put you in a session room. So you'll have privacy. No one will bother you. And then we're also going to have a tech room. So we're just going to have a separate little tech room. So if you have questions and have tech trouble at some point, Lola will be able to help you with that. So Lola and Anissa are both here helping with things. And so I get everything running smoothly. All right, well, let's see. So we're going to have the practitioners do their introduction. So practitioners take about a minute or so in your introduction. And I don't think, so if anyone has just products today, I don't think so. Okay, great. Yeah, so everyone's just about a minute. All right, sweet. Well, let's see. So we're going to go in alphabetical. Let's go reverse alphabetical. Well, let's go in alphabetical order. All right, so it's going to be Anya, Amanda, and then Brandy. All right. Anya, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Anya. I'm with Sarah Witchery. I am a high priestess and a witch. I offer readings, both tarot and crystal ball, as well as Reiki healings and other stuff. I'm also a medium as well as a psychic, and I also do offer some products. I have some essential oil potions that can help with protection, feeling comfortable, sleeping, so on and so forth. So I hope you guys will come by my breakout room, and I hope to see you all there. Thanks.
Great, thank you so much. We've got Amanda, Brandy, and then Carolyn.
Hi, I'm Amanda, and I'm with stonetarot.com. I use runes and tarot and symbols that are in them to help people connect their higher and their lower selves, and also their masculine and their feminine sides. Tonight I'm actually doing a talk, and it's about how to make your own power sigil. And wait, can you see that? Okay. This is using, this I made for someone who had a life path of 9, and so it's 9 Yggdrasils around a circle. And the Yggdrasil is the world tree, and it connects all the worlds together.
Wow, great. Thank you so much. All right, so next we've got Brandy, Carolyn, and then Donna.
Hi, my name is Brandy Roberts. I'm an oracle, I'm psychic, I'm a Reiki master. I do quantum energy healing, and I work a lot with clients who are experiencing their Kundalini awakening, also twin flame union, and various other focuses, as well as multidimensionality. So interdimensional experiences, that sort of thing. And I work by donation only. And in my room tonight, I'm open and available for questions. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Brandy. We've got Carolyn, Donna, Galactic Ashley, and I'm going to put in the chat, practitioners, the link for the video that we just did.
Hi, I'm Carolyn Osborne. I'm an energy intuitive of Chiron Energy Medicine, and I help people and animals. As a certified medical intuitive, I am able to identify physical, emotional, mental, and energy disturbances in the body and give suggestions on how to address those issues. This works for addressing your animal's issues as well. As an animal communicator, I'm able to bridge between you and your pet, opening up a way to listen to each other and discover what they have to say. Then, as an energy medicine practitioner, I am able to clear, balance, and realign the different aspects of you and your pet's body-mind to improve your overall health and well-being. Experience your own personal healing journey today by taking charge and being proactive about your physical, emotional, and mental health. I will be doing 20-minute readings this evening for $30 in my room, and I'll also be doing a talk on emotions and beliefs. So come and visit me and come with your questions. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Carolyn. We've got Donna, Galactic Ashley, and then Holly.
Hi, I'm Donna Sauer. I'm an animal energy healer, and I also communicate with animals. If you have any questions about your animal's behavior or health, if you'd like to talk with them either in the physical or if they've crossed over, my main interest is in the spirituality of your animals and how they are acting as your angel guides to help you with your path, and you are helping them on their path. So if you'd like to know more about that aspect of pets and yourself, I'm accepting donations in the breakout room for just talking and mini readings. If you're interested in a private session, I'm doing $15 for 15 minutes in the session room, or you can book me after the Zoom is over. I look forward to meeting you and your pet tonight. Thanks. Bye.
Thanks so much, Donna. All right, we've got Galactic Ashley, Holly, and then the Shift Witch.
Hi, I am Galactic Ashley, and I channel divine guidance for star seeds, connecting them to their star families and galactic lineages. I use light language frequencies and work with your cosmic connections to facilitate high frequency healing transmissions and encoded activations. Tonight, I'm going to be available to talk about my next 10-week galactic intensive, which is sovereignty and the sacred art of channeling. I'm also going to be offering $25 off of star sessions, and then there will be a activation and healing transmission tonight in my group. So I look forward to connecting and talking with you, and then come by at any time so we can talk about all of your cosmic questions.
Great, thank you, Galactic Ashley. All right, we've got Holly, and then the Shift Witch, and then Jeannie.
Hi everyone, I'm Holly with hollyhaws.com, and I'll be putting my info in the chat on the side. I'm a psychic medium, a life coach, a business intuitive coach, and a feng shui consultant. I empower my clients using clear guidance and mentorships to help them to get unstuck and start following their dreams. I use several different modalities. It's personalized depending on what you need and what I'm being called to channel into you. But I've helped individuals to connect to their own intuition as well, and I'm hoping to help you as well. So feel free to come visit me in the breakout room. You can ask me some questions about the work I do. I'll also be offering tonight a special, 20 minutes for $40 for the first 3 people that show up. So I look forward to connecting with you, and I'll be doing a guided meditation in there as well tonight. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Holly. All right, we've got the Shift Witch, Jeannie, and then Joy.
Hi, I am a Shift Witch. I offer compassionate coaching and teach empowered movement to beautiful souls so that they can reconnect with the love of their bodies and get in connection with their spiritual sides as well. So tonight in my room, I'll be giving a talk at quarter after each hour using all the fun tools that are back here. It's called Tools for Lightworkers, and I've split it into 3 sessions. And in between those sessions, we'll be playing with the tools. I'm going to put on some music. We're going to dance, have a little bit of fun. I may do some group coaching. Whatever you come with is what we will do. So I hope to see you later.
Thank you. All right. We've got Jeannie, then Joy, then myself.
Hello, my name is Jeannie Sullivan. I'm the founder and owner of Heartfelt Energies. I am a Primus Activation Healing Technique and Reiki Master. Those are the modalities that I've been attuned to do energy work with. Tonight, I will be doing tarot card and mediumship readings in my room, as well as answer any questions that you may have. And we can also talk about a psychic development class that I'm teaching in the middle of September. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have. I look forward to seeing you in my room, and I am running a special tonight, 15 minutes for $25, and we can do that in a private session as well. I hope you have a great night, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Jeannie. All right, we've got Joy, and then myself, and then Maria, and then Satora. Let's see, Jeannie. Oh, you just went. So Joy, you're next, Joy, and then me, and then Maria. Let's see if Joy is unmuted.
Yeah.
Great.
Hi, everybody. I am Joy, and I have a lot of experience in the physical world of working with people. I'm a masseuse of 40 years. I'm a meditator since 1975. Been to India 3 times. Had a Tantra master, where I became a Tantra coach here in Seattle for 25 years. I've been doing that. So add those years together, it makes me about 150 years old. But anyway, I would love to be able to help you guys by getting more in touch with your sensations. And I'd like to coach you in how to relax and get excited at the same time. I have impossible tricks. I'd like you to be able to become a sensationalist. That is someone who's really easily in touch with what your body is telling you and how you can communicate it to someone else. That's a lot of fun. It can also be vulnerable. I have some experience with authentic relating, not nearly as much as Lorelei at all, but I'm very, very interested in that, and I would like to use some of that when I work with you on the phone or on Zoom. I would like to say that I won't be here very long tonight. I'm going to leave at about 10 minutes to 7. I don't know if I can fit into a breakout room because of that timing, but if I can, I will be speaking with you about how your whole body is an erotic feast. And yeah, and I'll be giving a half price discount for anybody that has been here tonight for the first session.
Great. Thank you so much, Joy. All right. So I'll share, and then we have Maria, Satora, Shelly, Susie, and Wyatt. So yeah, right after me is Maria, then Satora. All right. So I'm Lorelei Shamayo. I'm an intuitive eye reader. I believe that we all read eyes all the time. So there are ways that you can learn. I teach people. And the archetypes that I use a set of archetypes to describe what I see in your eyes. So they're called thrive types, archetypes for thriving. My aim is to help you have a deeper sense of who you are, your soul, right? Eyes are a window to your soul, so that you have a sense of what your purpose is, what you're here to do, and then you can make choices throughout your life so that you're able to express the best of who you are. Be it work and expressing your life purpose, choosing an organization of people that really see you and get you and want you to do what you do, want you to be who you are. Better understand the people that are in your life and how to interact in a way, relate in a way that's supportive of them and you. And then I use it for matchmaking, so you can choose people that are great for you. I help companies hire people that are great, like all kinds of ways that I can utilize this work. I answer all kinds of questions and just see it through the lens of all the archetypes that I see. And I can feel back into the past in ways that I don't quite understand either. So Lorelei Shamayo, intuitive eye reader, and my sessions are between $20 to $60 tonight. All righty, let's see. So after me, we have Maria, Satora, and then Shelly.
Hi, I'm Maria O'Malley. I'm a spiritual intuitive psychic medium and a mentor in the intuitive arts, which would be intuition, psychic area, mediumship, and healers. And I do offer a free exploratory phone session if you're interested in mentoring and want to see if it might be a fit for you. And in the chat, you'll have my contact information and the scheduling link so you can see what's available and perhaps schedule a free call if you'd like. I'm available to do readings and through the end of August, August 31st, the readings are on a donation only basis. So if you've been wanting to have a reading but maybe have some budget considerations, now's your opportunity. I also have information in the flyer, and that includes that scheduling link. My website is mariaomalley.com. It's MARYAOMALLEY.com. And I'm glad you came tonight, and please do join me in the breakout room. Don't want to break up already. And there we'll talk about metaphysical experiences, maybe some questions you've have about experiences you have had. And I'll be doing a guided meditation in one of the breakout sessions. So I'm looking forward to meeting you there.
Great, thanks so much. Maria, we've got Satora, Shelly, Susie, and Wyatt.
Hi, I'm Satora with Well of Love. I'm a channel and an energy healer. I help people who are in crisis go through transformation, transition, or change. I work with a group of angels and ascended masters. We do empowerment readings that are geared towards mostly helping you find your own answers, which doesn't mean you don't get answers, and you do get answers and also get tricks about how to find your own answers and make your own decisions in the future. And I do healing, different healing modalities to resolve trauma and to align you with your goals and with your intentions and your true self. I will offer at 7 p.m. I have a group healing in my breakout room, and please come visit me there and you can ask questions. All sessions are discounted by half, so it's about $1 a minute if you would like to take a session. Thanks so much for being here. I look forward to connecting with you.
Thanks, Satora. All right, we've got Shelly, then Susie, then Wyatt.
Oh, okay. Um, I'm highly intuitive and I can hone in on your issues, your relationship and career issues. I'm good at reading people's energy, and I can pick up what is going on with you and tell you about the messages that I receive from the tarot, your spirit guides, and communicating with your pets. I'm highly accurate, which means I get certain messages about your situation. And I'm providing clairvoyant, medium, pet psychic, and tarot readings in my break room. And it's $30 for 15 minutes and $40 for a half hour. And I look forward to connecting with you.
Thanks so much, Shelley. We've got Susie and then Wyatt.
Hi, I'm Susie Parker Goins with Blue Lightning Healing. I am a channel, so divine comes through me, puts my ego aside, and we have a conversation. You have a conversation with your guides. I'm an energy healer, so I do Reiki, and we can scan your body and check for blockages and figure out how to shift them. I'm also a past life healer, so I can identify your past lives, or I can teach you how to go and identify your own past lives. I have a podcast that goes up every Thursday and Monday. And tonight in my breakout room, I'm going to do 3 talks, one on each of the half hours. The first one will be about soul retrieval. These are really basic about what is it? How do we do it? And then in the next half hour, what is that? So that's 6:30, 7:30, I'll do do-it-yourself past life exploration. And then at 8:30, I'll do a meet your spirit guides. Again, what are they? How can you help them? The care and feeding, if you will. I look forward to seeing y'all. I'll also be available to answer questions, and I'm just so excited to do this new way. Thanks, Lorelai.
Thanks so much, Susie. All right, Wyatt.
Woohoo! So, hi, I'm Wyatt. I'm with the Wildwood Hollow. I am a shamanism practitioner as well as a life coach. I'm kind of blending the two, creating like a shamanic life coaching. I do a lot of different techniques with helping you enter or begin your path of healing and self-empowerment. So that would include things like, wow. You ever have those days where you're brain farting? But taking out what no longer belongs, putting it in your lost soul pieces, helping heal that trauma, and giving you the tools to move forward so you become self-empowered. Yeah, that's all. So cool. I am super excited to talk to you guys soon.
Great. Thanks so much, Wyatt. All right. So you got to hear all the practitioners that are here. We've got 16 of us here tonight. We are now, for the next like half hour or so, we'll answer a few questions from the audience. I have not looked to see if anyone has submitted any yet. Let's see. No, it looks like no one has. So of those of you that are here, does anyone have a question you'd like to ask of the practitioners? It's free. Several of us will answer your question. And it is recorded. And also I say, if you ask a question, we might go deeper or talk about a different topic that we think is related, but it's not what you wanted us to share about here. Please let us know. We're here to honor you. So wave your hands, unmute, and let us know, write in the chat, and we will pause and go a different direction. And then also we believe that everyone is intuitive. And if messages come through for you when someone else is asking a question or when we are answering, we request that you allow the attention to stay up with the practitioners and on that particular question at the moment. And so you might want to write down what came through for you so that you have an opportunity when you're done, if you want to privately chat with that person and ask if they'd like to hear what came through for you. And please keep in mind that they might not want to. They want to listen to the next question. They might be full and not want any more right now. So please honor whatever it is that they share. Know that they're simply honoring themselves. And then also I encourage all of you to listen to every question to see what's here for you. What can you notice is here for you in the asking of the question and then the answers that come through? This is a great opportunity to work on opening to your own intuition as well. When someone asks a question, you might be, and then the practitioner starts saying similar things. So it's a great opportunity for you to tune in and to touch into more of your own intuition and open and trust that more. And for me, that's really the whole journey, is learning to trust ourselves and trust what's here. All right, so we do have a couple of questions. Yeah, so we want to give priority to people that have not asked questions in our intuitive panel before, so, or at least haven't in a while. So I know one person's asked that we answered something recently, I think, but Does anyone? So maybe I'm trying to think who everyone is. Are they? Can I see them? Who is Michelle down at the bottom? Michelle might not have asked a question. Oh, well, Michelle asked a logistics question, maybe. I think it's a logistics question. It's how do you know who to work with? Maybe I'll answer it as a logistics question. And if it's a deeper question than that, let me know. So I recommend that well, let's see. So actually, I haven't put it in the chat yet, but maybe Lola or here, let me go grab it. Well, one is if you didn't hear the introductions just now, if you just arrived and you didn't hear them, I think I've got right here, there's a link where you can see a video of us introducing ourselves briefly. So that's one thing. You can go back and watch that. But I recommend that whoops, I've got more things coming in here. So I recommend that you see who you connect with. There might be a modality you're interested in. There might be the energy of someone that you particularly connect with. Go around from breakout room to breakout room and talk with us. Everything is free in the breakout rooms unless a practitioner tells you promptly as soon as you arrive that something is for a fee or by donation. So you can get into each of our rooms and have conversations with us and really get a sense of who you feel aligned with and connected with. No, and then we have smaller sessions typically tonight. So it's an opportunity to do smaller things and test things out with each of us, however many of us you want to. So that'd be my best idea. And then also listening to the questions right now, you will get a much better sense of who we are and how we work with people too. My aim is that several different practitioners will answer the different questions. So you'll get a chance to experience us. Yeah, so that's what I would share about that. By the way, I didn't share this earlier, but we've been running these fairs for over 1.5 years now online and over 6 years in person. So it's thrilling to be able to continue to meet with all of you while we're going through this wild, crazy new way of being. All right, let's see. So I think, Michelle, is there a deeper question that you had? Did I really address it? Did you write anything in the chat about that? Oh, I see Jenna yeah, great, they're coming in here. Okay, so Hannah might be a new question, I kind of think. Hannah and Jenna, maybe. I recognize your name, Jenna. All right, cool. Well, all right, so let's go, I think, Hannah's question. So let's start there. Hannah, did you want to unmute and share yourself? I want to just remind everyone too, for those of you that didn't hear earlier, this is recorded and this is going to be up online. So just ensure that whatever question you're asking, you feel comfortable having it be public.
I just wondered if any of the mediums here can bring through my partner who died in 2002, who was suicide.
Yeah, so those of you practitioners who specialize in this, go ahead and whatever you want or need in order to possibly address this. Yeah, so I say in practitioners, raise your hand in the chat or somehow let me know otherwise that you have something you want to share. This might be a harder one to do just spontaneously. We'll see. Oh, okay, Anya's got something. Yeah, it's great. Go ahead, Anya.
Yes, Hannah, I can help you to connect with your partner. They've been around you already and you've kind of felt it, but you've also kind of sidestepped it as, oh, that's a nice convenience. Oh, that's real coincidental. It's actually not. So there's definitely discussion that needs to occur.
Sorry, Brandy, it looks like you've got something too. Go ahead.
Yeah, hi. I'm getting a flash of, does this have anything to do with a car or an automobile?
No.
Because I don't feel like it is, but there's a message coming through with a green car with dark tinted windows. And I don't know if this is you or not, but that's all that's coming to my head right now. That's all I can think of.
Thank you. I don't think so.
No, I'm sorry, I can barely hear you.
Oh, I don't think so, but thank you.
Okay, yeah, you're welcome. I apologize. That's all I get.
Thanks.
Yeah, practitioners. Oh, Susie's got something. Go ahead, Susie.
Yeah, well, at first when I tuned in, I got this feeling of, you don't want to talk to me. And then Brandy, with your green car, could that be something like it's time to move forward? The car indicates motion, green means go. I know it's kind of Dr. Seussian, but that's the impulse. That's the input I got, was maybe this is time to move forward. Don't worry about what happened. Yeah, he's around you, but there's still, I think, some emotional issues to be worked through.
Okay, great. Practitioners, anything else for Hannah?
I just have a quick question. What is your partner's name? Sorry.
Robin.
Robin. Okay. That's all.
Yeah, okay. Great. Thank you so much, Hannah. Let's see. So we'll see. We might get through more questions. We do it briefly. So we've got Jenna. So Jenna, did you want to ask, or do you want me to say it? Where's Jenna? There she is. Yeah, Jenna, do you want to unmute and ask your, oh, Amanda, do you have something else you wanted to share about the previous question? I'm sorry, I don't know which it is, Amanda.
Sorry, no, it's for the next one.
Okay, it's for the next one. Okay, great. So Jenna, we've got people in line waiting to answer your question. Okay, Jenna, can you hear us? I just want to make sure you can hear us. Okay, well, if you can't, we're going to go back. You can go back and watch the recording. So Jenna asks, any recommendations on how to open our third eye or improve intuition?
Hannah, you're still there. I wanted to talk to Hannah.
Oh, you want to talk to Hannah? Okay, great. Is that Maria?
Hannah, I don't feel that Robin passed away because of an accident. I'm picking up that there was some kind of illness, that there was an illness and that Robin became ill. And it was a very hard, difficult time for you because your partner was passing away because of an illness, and there was nothing that could be done to prevent her passing. She is definitely around you and has been around you since her passing. And she says, I love you very much. And I want your heart to mend. I want your heart to heal. I don't want you to be in pain anymore because I have left you. I'm with you in spirit. And and every day of your life, I'm going to be here. I have not left you. She wants you to know she's still with you, that she hasn't left, that she's no longer in pain or suffering, that she's at peace, that she's come to terms with her passing. And what she really wishes for you, she still feels a love connection, a heart and soul connection with you. You were her soulmate, and she feels a heart and soul connection with you. And she says you'll always be together, and that she wants you to open your heart to love, and she doesn't want you, when you think about her, to feel sad. Because she says, I haven't left you, dear. I'm still with you, and do not feel sad. And I want you to remember the time that we shared together with each other, that was a very special time for you. You were my life partner, even though my life was not long. You were my life partner. You will always be my life partner, and we will always be together. And she wants you to know that. Thank you.
Thanks, Shelley. Sorry I missed your hand.
That's okay.
Thanks for jumping in. All right, great. So then on to Jenna's question. So any recommendations on how to open our third eye or improve intuition? And I think Maria and Amanda had something. So Amanda, I think you had your hand up first. Go ahead, and then Maria.
Okay. Hi. I recommend learning a divination tool, because divination tools are kind of like learning a new language. And so when you're learning a new language, it puts you somewhere that you maybe aren't used to being. So when you speak English, well, we use English for everything, even things that aren't necessarily intuitive, just like, I don't know. Well, for some people, everything's intuitive. But if you're trying to increase your intuition, learning something that you haven't really learned yet and connecting that with it and really working with it and mastering it will definitely increase your intuition. That's it.
Okay, great. Maria, go ahead.
Hi, Jenna, right? One thing that you can do is to clear your chakras and make sure all your chakras are balanced and lit up so to speak. And there are a lot of ways that you can do that. You can find quite a few things on the internet or in books or whatever. And of course, the third eye is a chakra. So you'd want to open that chakra too and make sure that that is lit up. And then you can also affirm that you are developing farsight, that you are becoming farsighted. And there are many different ways that we receive information as psychics and mediums and intuitives. And the third eye, clairvoyance, clear sight, is one of the ways. You might find that you have other ways of doing it, and maybe you want to specifically develop more of the clairvoyance, the clear seeing. And you can work on that too by imaging things in your mind. You can notice what image impressions come in your inner eye when you meet someone or when you're in a situation or something like that. I wish you the best in developing. That's just a couple of things. There are a lot of other things that you can do as well.
Great, thanks, Maria. We have Satora and then the Shift Witch. Satora?
Yeah, I want to add to what Maria said and the others that me, for example, I'm not very clairvoyant, but I'm clairaudient and clairsentient. So however your intuition speaks to you, maybe a good idea is to, in the beginning, to just notice how information comes to you and how maybe you feel something in your body or you hear something. And the other thing is specifically for the third eye, a very practical, simple thing that can be done is look at vastness, like the midnight sky or the ocean. Anything vast will help you open your third eye, because that's associated with the third eye. That's just a little practical tip.
Great, and then the Shift Witch.
I know for me, meditation was huge in helping me open up my third eye. And meditation is whatever you want it to be. It does not have to be sitting silently in a dark room. It can be walking through a forest. It can be running through a busy street. Whatever puts you in that state that allows you to open, because that's the biggest thing, is just being open to receiving. So personally, I absolutely love meditation for that if it's something that you are into.
Great, let's see, and I heard that Joy, you had your hand up. Joy, go ahead, and then we've got Brandy. Oh, and Shelley too. Okay, so Joy first. That is correct. Oh, you're still muted, Joy.
I wanted to say that moving and then moving as much as you can and then being completely still can cause the energy to rise up your spine. And that is also a kind of an enlightening experience. So that can be something like beating on a pillow, or that can be dancing wildly, or it can be going for a fast walk. Anything you can think of, music, movement. And I really think that might be a little bit of a help just to get the energy moving in your body.
Great, thank you. So we've got Brandy and then Shelley.
Yeah, so one suggestion would be to meditate with a stone on your forehead. Like, I don't know if you can see, this is a piece of labradorite. It's polished and it's flat on one side, so it's a nice piece to kind of lay down and put right across your forehead. It's also a psychic protection stone, and to kind of help with bringing out, you know, your gifts through your psychic awareness. So that would be a good method to try.
Great, thank you. So I think we've got then Shelley and then Holly, and I'll share something briefly too. Shelley, you're still muted.
I do what's called a chakra rose meditation, and it's working with your four psychic senses. The crown is claircognizance, the third eye is clairvoyance, the throat is clairaudient, and the heart is clairsentient. So if you visualize a rose at each of these four chakra centers opening up, and you ask your guides you want to communicate with your guides, you want to ask your guides and angels to provide you with information. So when you open up the rose, you fill it up with violet, the color violet, and you go down to, for each chakra center, opening it up and asking your guides for information. So this is called the rose meditation, opening up the four psychic senses. And I do teach this in my psychic development class. So if you're interested, join me in my breakout room, and I'll give you more information about how to do this meditation.
Great, thank you. All right, Holly.
You're muted, Holly.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to add that the first thing I do before I sit with a client is I clear the space and clear the noise around me. And noise could be anything from like electromagnetic fields from certain things going on, or just environmental noise. So just clearing the space and honoring the space that you're showing up at, and consistently showing up for the practice. It's just like when we go to the gym and try and work our muscles. If we don't show up for it, it doesn't show up for us. So I think once you start sitting with it on a regular basis, whether that's in nature or in your own home, what you'll find is you'll start to receive if you do it consistently. And at that time, you can notice, am I more clairaudient, clairsentient, or clairvoyant? Maybe you're all three. I'm sure we all teach this on some levels, but I think we're our best teachers too if we show up for our own practice and sit with it to receive.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Let's see, the brief other thing I wanted to mention. Get myself on the screen so you can see me. I love these cards. They're called O cards. They're from Europe. They're quite old. There are a lot of different ones. They have 2 sets of cards. I particularly love them because you don't have to know anything in order to use them. So you don't get caught up in trying to learn. You can just work with them immediately. One set of cards, they have words, and the other set of cards, and there's a whole stack of them, they're images. And I love that they're mostly androgynous images. And you can pay attention to any part of the image. So you draw 3 of each, however you want to draw them, put the images in the words, and answer questions, right? So it's a great way that you can practice, do it with other people and take turns and see what things you say, see what things you see and what you say. And I'm selling them. So yeah, I have those for $35 each and shipping if someone wants a deck of those. I think they're great. All right, let's see, we've got a few more questions. All right, Jen, I hope you liked the answer. If you didn't hear all of it, we have this recorded and up on the MeWeFair's Facebook page. Let's see, I'm gonna ask, oh goodness. Well, I know there's so many questions, we don't have enough time, but this is where you get to go to the breakout rooms and see if practitioners have some things they can share. Okay, so I guess, let's see. So Kat has a question. So I'd love to hear anyone's insight on my child's tummy ache. And where's Kat? And where's Kat? Is Kat still here? Oh yeah, Jenna got all that answers. Has anyone seen Kat? Kat maybe, no, okay, maybe Kat's not here right now. Okay.
No, she's still here.
Oh, Kat's here, okay. Kat, did you want to share anything else about that? I can't see where Kat is. It's great, it's a big fair, I can't see people. So does anyone have any hints for me of where I can see where Kat is? Does Kat have her camera on?
No, it's a beautiful picture of trees.
Oh, okay, I see Kat. Okay, great. Oh, she has gifts and she's sensitive, Kat shared. Okay. Yeah, so does anyone have insight on her child's tummy ache? Yeah. So practitioners, who has anything to share? The shift witch has something. Go ahead. And yeah, so Anya has something. Go ahead. And
Yeah,
Jeannie
as
has
soon as
something.
you. Hi there, Kat. How old is your little?
Eight.
He's 8. Okay. Oh, she's 8. I'm sorry. Excuse me. One of the things that I would really suggest, and I work a lot with children who are autistic and have real problems with getting severely overwhelmed with energies, noises, and stuff like that. You need to teach them how to push their energy out into a bubble around them. And there's some other techniques also that help. Everything from finding them a stone that really will help them ground, and also teaching them how to separate out their own energy from the other people who are around them by them becoming more aware of energy and asking questions like, what I'm feeling right now, is that even my energy, or am I picking that up from my classmate who's upset right now? So there's certain things that we as parents were never taught about energy, that now our children are getting really bombarded by energy, and we have to figure out not only how to teach them how to protect themselves, but teach us how to protect ourselves so we can teach them how to properly do that. And there, like I said, there's stones, there's essential oils that you can use, there's prayers or meditations, there's a lot of resources that are available out there that can help you to not only train yourself, but also train your daughter on how to protect herself from energies around her that are bombarding her.
Okay, great. I couldn't track everyone who had their hand up. The shift witch I know, and then I think some other people had too.
Hi, Kat. So I was this child. As a child, I was an empath, but no one knew what the heck an empath was back then. I just had stomach aches all the time, and no one knew why I had stomach aches all the time, because I was sucking in all the like negative stuff around me, or not sucking it. Well, yeah, kind of sucking it in, and or not knowing how to block it. Um, so what happened for me intuitively was trees. Like, I turned into a flippin' squirrel. I was up tree all the time. Um, I hugged trees, I climbed trees, I talked to trees, and that was when I felt good, was when I could tell the trees what was bothering me. So I kind of figured out that that was a way for me to let go of all of that stuff. So, but the biggest thing is, she's sensitive already. That is a huge thing. So you know that you can help her. You know that she's going through something that is not just physical. That's huge, because I didn't have that. So definitely, find out what she likes to intuitively do and let her do that, because she will find what works best for her, but with your encouragement.
So just so there's a bit that's coming in the chat too, why it says sharing too. Yeah, trees are amazing friends. And then Brandy mentioned also some stones, hematite or lepidolite, lilac lepidolite, so different things. All right, we've got Jeannie and then Satora.
Hi. What I am picking up on is butterflies in my stomach, and not the good kind. It feels like anxiety to me, that could also be attached to something in her throat, which could simply be not be able to get the words out. And not because she doesn't know how to talk or can't talk, but she doesn't have the language. I do get the sense that what people have been talking about is correct. I think that she is overwhelmed by energy, and when you're little, you don't know that it's not yours. There, in addition to the stones, there's some essential oils you can use. There's balance. Frankincense is good for stomach aches, and getting some oils that are good for grounding as well. And maybe give her some literal tools that will help her feel better, like a stone, a worry stone, a wand. What I'm getting is a wand. If you can get the stomach to settle by giving her some tools, she'll certainly feel much better. And do some research online so she has a language that she can use to get her words out to help her stomach not feel so upset all the time.
Great, thank you. Say Galactic Ashley also shared in the chat, agreeing with Brandy, empathy plus a lot of information she receives that she can't put it into linear language is frustrating. So some kind of creative outlet will help her run her energy naturally. All right, Satora.
I want to add to all of this, which is all great. In the Jinjin Terra that I do, it's about balancing the meridians and the energies. It's touching certain points in your body. And there are points that help with setting boundaries, help having boundaries. And I think that would be a great one for your daughter. It's very simple. Okay. The upper arm here in the middle of the biceps, you take your hand like this, like a fork, and touch the arm, and then you do that with both arms, like so. So that is for really good boundaries. And then there is another one that helps the stomach meridian. And this is, and you can do this on either side of the body. It's just important that both points are touched on the same side of the body, and you could do it either way or both sides, one after the other. That doesn't matter, but just when you do it here in the middle of the face, like under your cheekbone, is one point. And you don't need to be worried about hitting the exact point. Most of the points are areas, so it's not like acupuncture where you have to be really exact. So here under the cheekbone, and then here there's the collarbone here in the middle. And if you go, in this case, I'm touching my left cheek. You go to the left, there is a little hollow under the bone here, right under the collarbone. So touch under the cheekbone here and under the collarbone. And that supports the stomach meridian. Thanks.
Okay, great. Any other practitioners have anything they want to share? If you're raising your hand in the video, I can't always tell. Okay, great, great. And then let's, just one more quick question. We'll see if we have just a few brief answers from Holly. So Holly asked, how does the Great Awakening and Ascension interact with awakening spirituality and psychic abilities? So how does the Great Awakening and Ascension interact with awakening spiritually and psychic abilities? Brandy has something. Go ahead, Brandy.
Yeah, so for me, they're hand in hand, right? Because everything is energy and everything is shifting. So it's kind of like you're going to shift with the energy. And if you don't, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel the sort of pressure to kind of do something, to move, to make some sort of a change in your life. So for me, that's part of what's happening all over. So that references both like a global ascension, the feeling to move, to progress, to kind of, manifest change, as well as personal enlightenment and in that path. And I'm trying to limit it because I know there's other people that want to answer, but I think I'm going to leave it right there for now. Did I answer the question?
Oh, it's great. It's great. Yeah. So let's see. Galactic Ashley has something. Go ahead.
Lower hand. So this sort of piggies back off of what Brandy just said, but essentially, I believe, or whatever, I believe, I can say that. We believe. I believe that we are here essentially for the Earth's ascension. And since our physical bodies are a mirror of the Earth, we, in essence, are ascending with her. However, the important part about our soul's ascension and about our soul journey, which is also on an ascension process, is that we must be aware that we are choosing and that those choices are important. So when we choose to be on the path of ascension, then we begin to remember that which we are, which is the psychic gifts and abilities, which are our divine inheritance, which is who we are, which is the wholeness that all of us are. We just happen to think that we can't see or hear, or that we don't have this expansive consciousness that is connected to everything else.
Great, thank you. Satora's got something, go ahead.
So my understanding, or what is an important point, what my guides tell me about ascension and spiritual awakening, is to bring into alignment and balance all of you, the wholeness of you, your life, inside and out. So it's a huge topic, but that's one aspect. And as you come into alignment with what you truly desire from your heart, it will become obvious in your life what is not in alignment with that, which makes you feel really bad. And so it's important to, as we develop our insight, that also our life adjusts to it, that we have people in our life that are in resonance with us and our path, that maybe it may require a change in work or moving, so that step by step all of us comes into alignment. And in that process we also develop our intuition, because we start to feel what is right, as we learn to feel what resonates and what doesn't, and what feels really dissonant and is giving us, make us contract. That is also helping us develop our psychic abilities, our intuition, because we learn to guide ourselves by how things feel in the alignment. This is really, really short. There's a lot more to say about this, but yeah.
Great questions. Let me see if a practitioner that is raising their hand physically has anything else they want to share. We're all set. Looks like we're set. Okay, great. Sweet. Well, thank you so much for these great questions. I say Noriko has a great question too. Practitioners, if you go look at the link, you can see. I know, Noriko, I have something I can share in my breakout room. I'm sure a lot of other practitioners do too. And thank you, Diane and Laura, also for submitting questions. So yeah, as you go around to the breakout rooms, I'm sure people will be able to share a bit. All right. Well, let's see. So we've made it to the next stage of our event. So the practitioners are going to go into breakout rooms, and you'll be able to visit them in breakout rooms throughout the rest of the event. If you'd like to do a session with them, simply let them know. And then you'll come out to the main room, and Lola and Anissa will be here, and they will, or one of them will be here, and they'll put you in a session room. So you'll have an opportunity to do a private session with a practitioner and not get disturbed by us moving people in and out. The practitioners in their breakout rooms are going to be offering talks, having conversations about their work, answering questions. They want to do free samples. They're welcome to give free samples. They might be doing something by donation or for a fee in that room where people are coming in and out. You just they'll let you know as soon as you enter the room what's happening, if that's going on. Otherwise, everything's free in their breakout room. And so a list of talks. And so people, if you know what practitioner you'd like to be with, and the practitioners, we have a P in front of our names, so you can find out who we are. If you click on the participants at the bottom of the screen, and then the participants panel will show up on the right side if you're on a computer, you can see in the Ps who we are, and we list our modalities, and then we'll put you in the breakout room. So you'll be able to go and chat with whoever you want to. Feel free to leave a breakout room as soon as you want to. It's fine. The practitioners know you're moving in and out. Don't worry about offending anyone. And so just come out to the main room, and you'll tell us where else you want to go, and whoosh, you'll go into another room. Some tricks and tips about breakout rooms. The first time we put you in one, you might get a little sign like up on your screen that says, join the breakout room. However, after that, you don't get an automatic signal from Zoom, so it's a little tricky. If you're on a computer, on the bottom of the screen, there should be breakout room. If you don't see that, click more, the 3 dots and more, and then you'll see breakout room. You have to click that to see what room you're going into. If you're in a room, if you're in a room and you come back to the main room, and then you want to go back to that room, you have to click breakout room again. If you're on a phone, tap your phone or your tablet. And then I think on the top left is where it shows you what room to go to, and you have to click it again to go in. So we're going to have Lola moving between she'll be in a tech room or the main room back and forth. So she'll be able to help you if you get stuck. We will get this figured out. And yeah, so Anissa and Lola are going to be managing the rest of the fair. I'll be in a breakout room too. So just starting to list off where you want to go. If you know where you want to go, just please go ahead and put it in the chat. We're starting to make lists. And let's see, I'm going to put in the list of all the talks again, just so everyone can, maybe I'll just call it out right now. Let's see, so coming up in just about 8 minutes, we're going to have tools for light workers with the Shift Witch, and your skin is an erotic feast with joy. Then at 6:30, we'll have light language transmission, healing, and activation, experience with the Dragon, Hathor, and Cetacean Collectives, if I'm pronouncing that all right, with Galactic Ashley. And also at 6:30, there'll be soul retrieval with Susie Goins. 6:45, we'll have group healing with Satora. 7, we'll have emotions and beliefs, how they can team up to work against you with Carolyn. 7:15, tools with light workers, part 2 with the Shift Witch. 7:30, DIY past life with Susie Goins. 7:45 p.m., how to use your rune sigil for spiritual growth with Amanda. 8, connecting with Mother Earth with Wyatt. 8:15, tools for light workers, part 3 with the Shift Witch. And 8:30, spirit guides with Susie Goins. I might sneak in a talk in there in eye readings, but we don't know. Might not be formal. All right, great. I'm excited to see all the places where you want to go. So I'm going to open the rooms, and the practitioners are going to go in there first, and then I'm going to give the host over to Anissa, and she's going to be the one that starts moving everyone in rooms. So just watch for that transition. And any questions you have at any point, just come back out to the main room. At the bottom right of your screen, if you're on the computer, you can click leave, and then you'll have 2 choices, leave room or leave meeting. Don't leave the meeting unless you want to completely leave the meeting. And if you want to come back in, just go to jointhefair.com and you'll come right back in. So click leave room, you'll bounce into the main room, and we'll get you sorted into a new breakout room, and you have to just click breakout room again. All right, thank you so much. Thanks for joining us. Wild Crazy Adventure, MeWeFairs.com. And maybe just at the end of our recording, let me say the upcoming ones we've got. So we have some panels happening. Friday, September 11th, we have the panel on Divine Feminine and women's sexual empowerment. Saturday, September 12th, we have another one of these fairs. Friday, September 18th, we have a panel on, is that the Fae and the Elementals, I think. And then Sunday, September 20, we've got a panel on animal communication. And October 2, we have a panel on angels and the serendipities. All these are free events to come to. If you want to ask a question in the panel, it's $15. And the fair, like tonight, everything is free unless practitioners doing something special that's for a fee or you want to do a session. And I want to encourage you, please do sessions tonight or buy some for the future, buy gifts for people with our practitioners. That's what supports us to continue to do these events. So please do sessions with us. We're at MeWeFairs.com. Thanks so much. Let me get the recording.